Hi Aquarius, welcome into your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of November 2023. I hope life is treating you well. I was intending to use an oracle deck in two different tarot decks, but I just didn't get around to doing your reading successfully in time, and now I'm stuck with using just one deck. But let's do some shuffling and see what the month has in store for us. Aquarius, money and career for November. Okay, the Page of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Strength card to begin. And I want to pull an overall energy, all right, even though we got those three to begin. The Seven of Pentacles. So naturally, there's going to be a highlight on where you're putting your effort towards, right? What you're watering and seeing results due to that. I even feel like past efforts are paying off, and I feel as if some of us drawn to the reading, like myself, have made one of not multiple changes of importance tying to, of course, your money and career, right? It could have been a move of residence, a shift within that company to a different department. It could have been beginning a new job or leaving one behind. Now, this does leave you with decisions to make, or one big one of importance. This will or has left you with more work to do, right? Say you left a job behind, naturally you got to find a new one, right? You got to apply, go for your interviews as I get a little bit nervous. But I feel like there's certain factors throughout the month that are making you a little bit on edge, but nothing you haven't been prepared for. Because we do have the Nine of Swords in the center of the three cards that I first pulled. And I feel like there's a strength about your energy, about the way you accomplish, about what you're continuing and or beginning. And I feel like people are seeing you as a very strong individual, somebody with different sides to them, and somebody who is very talented, very skilled, and is very helpful in nature, wanting to and choosing to uplift other people, if I could even spit it out. A sense of you getting your Aquarian voice out there. And you could be thinking about certain purchases, like a tattoo is what I'm getting specifically. But yeah, it's a month where the possibilities are being reminded to you how endless they truly are. You might be thinking about beginning a new business or expanding a current one, or both. You might be thinking about approaching a boss figure, an authority figure, about a raise and or a promotion, and Spirit saying, whatever you're thinking about expanding, whatever you're thinking about beginning or moving towards, reaching for, there's a sense of luck being on your side. So you need to remember that. And I feel like that's backed up by the spiritual realm all the meanwhile, bear with me, as well as your experience, your knowledge, and your strong Aquarian intuition. So you're golden, all right? But I do feel like there's research taking place, questions being asked to you, and you asking those questions, getting informed, doing what you have to do to acquire what's necessary for you and to get the job done. It's a month where you will find, for some, if something was hard to accomplish, right? A bit difficult, maybe feeling a bit heavy in that work environment, or when it came to that work in general, it's a month where things start to feel lighter, all right? Things are starting to work out in your favor, and you're finding yourself accomplishing things quite easily. But it may also be a month where you're saying goodbye to a big chunk of money, or several chunks, right? Say you are making a big investment of some sort that's necessary and it's important to you. And so therefore parting ways with that money leaves you needing to be realistic about your finances. Where do I need to cut back? How do I make more? What do I actually have coming in comparison to or intertwining with what's going out, right? But I do feel like it's a month where naturally you're going to treat yourself in certain ways, given to certain levels of temptation potentially. So just don't overdo it in that department. Let's do some more shuffling. I'm hearing shuffling things up. You may need to shuffle things up when it comes to your approach for your running your business or working that job. It may even be about shuffling up and changing your, I'm hearing migration routine, your travel routine is a better way to put it. Say on your route to work or to run your business or whatever the case may be. Maybe even when going to spend money, that can freshen things up quite nicely and leave you feeling inspired all the meanwhile. A good walk is good for the soul is what I'm hearing, and maybe coming up with some creative ideas or getting a clear head about things. But I feel like for some, you may be experiencing a fresh start due to that move of residence or that new position, or lack thereof, which, right? Again, leaving a job behind for some. But it just feels like you know what you're doing, and you're trusting your intuition throughout the month and flowing through the weeks, the days, and seeing things again work out in your favor. And I want to say Leo's reading, and maybe Taurus's as well. Things are just starting to fall into place for you nicely, and you'll feel things out. Remember that, all right? That's a huge part of your intuition. Say you're going to look at an option to invest in for whatever reason, or you're going to a job interview, or you're applying to it, or have some sort of meeting of importance, or even when it comes to when to get things done, how to go about doing so. You'll feel it, right? Is this going to be right for you? Is this the right time? Is this the right option? Period. And Spirit's going to be guiding you left and right. We have the Three of Wands touching base upon the Nine of Swords and the Strength card, because I feel like you're thinking about potential stresses for the future. Say, if I begin this job or continue it, what will I have to endure, right? What do I have to deal with, overcome, cope with? But I feel like all the meanwhile, because you have so much ahead for you, they're saying dig for that inner strength and recover when you can, when need be, because we need you to be able to conquer, overcome, and just simply lead the way and be as victorious as you possibly can. But I do feel like there are levels of victory as I see the Six of Wands in my mind's eye throughout this month in particular. But I feel like in the midst of researching, looking to the horizon, the possibilities, all that you're accomplishing, you're learning a lot. You're being reminded once again that you have a lot of options, and that you do need to decipher quite quickly, right? You needing to maybe act quickly for that job opportunity, or when it comes to that chance to invest in something else of importance for you. And I also feel like you're thinking about, say, for some, a car investment or something else for the future, even though you know it's not the month for it, right? For whatever reason. I'm hearing now, will I have the means for this? Will I have enough? And Spirit's saying you will always have enough when the time is right, period. But the Three of Pentacles and the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck, this talking about how you are being noticed for leaving behind what isn't meant for you, whether that's more so you did so in the past, or you're doing so throughout this month, or getting ready to moving forward. Place it where it applies for you, but I feel like you're being noticed in more than one way throughout the month, putting that aside, right? I feel like you're either putting yourself out there on social media or in the public eye otherwise. Your work is being noticed by a multitude of people, different kinds of people. And I wouldn't be surprised if your Aquarian name, your work, maybe your business name, or multiple businesses, spreading, my friends, spreading. All right, word of mouth is working to your advantage. An algorithm for some is working in your favor. For some, I feel like that's a long time coming. All right, working your behind off to get it spread. All right, to get things growing and prospering in your favor. But the Page of Wands, because I feel like, again, I feel like a lot of which have already embarked upon a passionate new beginning, which will leave you with more passionate new beginnings throughout this month and moving forward. But it could be that you haven't actually embarked upon whatever this is for you, or whatever these new experiences, situations are for you. And there's a lot ahead that's going to leave you feeling quite invigorated, and like things are actually, again, happening for you, working out in your favor. I do sense that there are times where you need to throw certain concerns and worries and I want to say habits into the air and move forward with confidence and be smart about how you manage your money and what you take on and leave behind, right? And you have what it takes when it comes to that, so don't overthink it. That might be one of those habits, but I feel like overconsumption is a habit of some that needs to be minimalized, to say the very least. I'm again, getting that caring nature about you, and how you very much are dedicated to that business, that job, to your financial growth moving forward. Some of which are being reminded throughout the month, however that's coming through from Spirit, that you are meant to be very rich moving forward. All right. So don't forget that. But the High Priestess talking about how it's a very spiritual month for you, a very intuitive once again, a very intuitive month once again, but I feel like it's up to you to decipher when the spiritual guidance is accurate, helpful, and when it's not. And so that's just going to be something you need to trust your intuition in regards to. But I feel like there are going to be a couple moments where you close your eyes and you either get a vision, a thought from spirit, a message, or you simply feel something quite intuitively. This could happen at multiple points. And I sense that some of which, if not all of which, is tied to the future of your career and naturally the future of your finances. I'm hearing an airplane outside. You may be thinking about travel. Travel might be a part of your month. I do sense that you need to save for some unexpected expenses that do lie on the horizon, even though I feel like you're quite aware as to what you're going to have to put money towards. Naturally, given life is quite expensive, and you might be thinking about or talking about that all the meanwhile, but the wheel is churning in your favor, my friend. I feel like a lot of which, drawn to this specific reading, are an example that when you take a risk while trusting your intuition, a smart risk, a strategic, well-planned out one, I'm hearing at least for the most part, it works in your favor, all right? To settle for what's no longer or never was meant for you, whether it's a job situation, a business situation, it could have been an investment, like a living situation, it's going to do you no justice, right? And to set yourself free towards the unlimited opportunities and to exceed your potential all the meanwhile, you're going to find that this leaves you with doors opening left and right. But it feels like all the meanwhile, in the midst of the wheel turning in your favor and things working out for you, it will highlight from the past and currently potential doors to open, right? What and who is not meant for you. You've learned a lot along the way, so let's not forget now. Let's keep our mind wide open to gain more knowledge and experience and intuitive and spiritual guidance all the meanwhile. This will help you greatly. The Six of Wands. Victory, my friend, victory. And I wouldn't be surprised if it feels like at certain points you are being pushed to or simply are taking a bow. When you wrap up a project or two, when you complete things quite easily and successfully, and again, lighter, in a lighter kind of way, this will feel very victorious for you. It will feel very rewarding. As a sense of you being reminded, you deserve to feel fulfilled through your career, whether it's meant to be a job or two, or meant to be a business or two, or it could be a combination of all of which that I just mentioned. But I feel like you're a busy bee, but not to be stressful in the midst of which, right? To be stressed out in the midst of which, to find that this is a time to remind yourself that you can accomplish a ton, being so skilled and knowledgeable and experienced all the meanwhile up to this point, that you can get a lot done, you can manage a lot, you can, I'm hearing kill it, in a positive sense, without being stressed. Just do what you gotta do, all right? And I really do feel like you're going to be motivated to begin something new, to expand something potentially, a new beginning for some from the recent past, or at the beginning of this month, I want to say, is leaving you with more motivation, all right? But I feel like remember to ask questions and to dig a bit deeper and trust your intuition once again, because not everything when it comes to a potential door or two to open is black and white. But I also feel like there's going to be, interestingly enough, a focus on your health, potentially your physical health, mental health, emotional health, and this will help you glow and prosper when accomplishing, when looking to reach for or simply reaching for more, okay? Your confidence is everything, so let's allow that to grow and prosper all the meanwhile. But when you do something well and then you glow because of it, even if you do need to heal because of it all the meanwhile, that shows that you were wrapped up with something that is truly important for your path, a destiny for some. But I do feel like you are faced with certain decisions, choices that are going to make or break the future of your career. So again, trust your intuition, not to put a lot of pressure on you. But there might be a small part of you within that is expecting the worst due to past disappointment, issues, complications, frustration even. But all the meanwhile, I feel like there's a focus on the fact that you not only, again, deserve to be fulfilled through your career, but deserve to love what you do, right? You deserve to love what you put your money towards, but not to overdo it all the meanwhile. But I sense that you're being reminded again, you're meant to have a very rich future. It's a very victorious month, once again, where the wheel is churning in your favor. And I feel like a lot of doors are opening for you or could open for you. It's up to you. A very, very successful month. Absolutely amazing. So I hope this was truly helpful. I'm sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your month, Aquarius, and I'll see you next time.